Hello, friends, and welcome to the 11th episode of the Squad Pod. My name is Maddox Jr., and I will be your host for this week. This week on the podcast, we will be discussing a new entry to the Battle Royale genre, Hyper Scape. But before we get to all that, hot dropping into the battlefield this week, we have the man who is recording with no clothes on right now because it is so hot in California, Kevin Asex.
Not that hot today. It was yesterday. I got clothes on today. Don't worry.
Y'all got fire tornadoes out there?
That's in the south. I don't know what's going on down there, dude.
There's 4 forest fires in Colorado right now, and there's like ash raining out of the sky occasionally. It's a good time.
Fun time. 2020, you know?
Yeah, 2020, fun times. And rounding out for the squad for this week, all he really wants to know is what is the new best gun in the Warzone? The White Claw Wizard. Washburn, how's it going?
What's up, guys? Good
Washburn, it's the Origin shotgun. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, the Origin's the new meta, dude?
Boost that up.
Right. Got a level.
I think it's it. And then SKS. That's the new meta, dude.
Okay. Kevin, believe it or not, earlier today I tried to use the SKS in a game of solos in Warzone. It is not good.
Yeah.
Turns out. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the new best gun is, but we'll figure it out one day.
One day.
All right, we're just going to get into our big topic this week because the only games we've been playing have been Fall Guys and Warzone and Hyper Scape, I guess.
Dominating our lives.
Yeah, it's just been a busy one. We're just trying to get Kevin Asex 100 wins.
We're close. Yes.
He's our favorite streamer, and we need him to have 100 wins before anyone else. Isn't that right, Kevin?
We're at 98. We're 2 wins away from 100, and after that, I'm just gonna zoom by Mike. I'm gonna be like, screw you, Mike. I'm gonna give me my wins by myself. I'm gonna be up by 150. He's gonna be down in 0 still, you know. That's how good I am.
That would be impressive, Kevin. That would be impressive. All right, so Hyperscape. Hyperscape is a free-to-play first-person shooter battle royale game developed by Ubisoft and published by Ubisoft for Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The game is notable for its video game live stream interactions with Twitch. That is the Wikipedia description of this game, in case anyone was wondering. It's not cross-play yet, right, Kevin?
That's right.
It's cross progression.
It's cross progression right now, but it's supposedly crossplay will be coming soon. The things that the Twitch integration, the movement, how you drop into the battlefield, and the hacks are probably what make this game the most unique compared to the other battle royales, I would say. Does anyone have any topics they want to start out on with this Hyperscape discussion?
I don't think there's Twitch integration on the console version. Oh, I don't know how that works. When we were playing it, Manok, I didn't hear the voice saying, "Oh, the audience chose this." I kept hearing like, "Oh, the event right now is this."
So is that a different thing? Like if it's an audience choice, she'll come over and say like,
I think she'll
the
say
audience has chosen the triple jump event.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like either way. If there is someone to vote for it, I thought it just said audience all the time because that's like kind of the world they're trying to build is like,
from what I was listening to,
a digital world instead of a real world instead of a digital world.
She just said like the next event it's gonna be this. She didn't say audience chose this.
I feel like I might have heard the audience chose this once when I was playing solos.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that. Maybe because it's a streamer out there doing it.
There's probably just not as many people watching console streams.
Yeah,
and there were events going on like pretty consistently when we were in the game.
Yeah,
Kevin, because I saw a health pack, and I think there was a lot more health pack and the hack boost things so that the cooldown time is shorter. The cooldown time booster, I guess. It seemed like there's more of those than there was of like triple jump, or I don't remember what the other ones were.
Maybe that's default when there's no audience. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It just switches between health and cooldown timer boost.
Yeah, I've had a good time with this game. My problem with it on consoles is that I can't. It's like it doesn't want me to party up with anyone. Like I know Kevin and I were trying to get in a party a couple days ago, and then yesterday I tried to get in a party with another buddy, and the game just doesn't like that for me. Over on the Xbox side, so on consoles I've been playing solos and still having fun. I think from the beta they nerfed a couple weapons, made a couple weapons a little bit stronger. I really enjoy this game for what it is. I don't think it's not gonna knock off one of the big three. But it's a really solid, fun battle royale, and I would like to go back to it and play more of it.
I feel like this is a game for tryhards, and I'm not willing to try hard. And I don't feel like I'm having fun most of the time when I'm playing the game for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I think it just comes down to like the gunplay is just not that exciting to me, and I was having some trouble with aim or sensitivity on console and trying to get it dialed in, and I could miss like an entire mag worth of bullets.
Yeah, this is a game that's obviously built for PC, I think.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
There's very little, if any, aim assist on a controller. On the console side, when you're playing with a controller, it's hard.
I didn't feel like there was any.
Like we've talked about it before on this show, but to me, this game just feels like Unreal Tournament. It's like it's movement based, it's extremely vertical, and it's got a bunch of unique guns that all do different things. And that's why I have so much fun with it, is because it's such a buzzword, but it's vertical. Like this game is very vertical, and there are certain abilities that allow you to get up in the sky, and there's a lot of looking up and down as well as left and right. And for me, as somebody who grew up playing first-person shooters like Halo and even Call of Duty back before the whole Battle Royale thing, and most shooters are just like you're on the ground, you're looking left, you're looking right, and the most anybody ever goes up is if they jump. Like this is it's something that feels unique to me to have this Battle Royale where people can just fly up in the sky, and it's like expanding on that first-person shooter gameplay in a really fun way.
Kevin, what are your impressions from? I guess we've all played it on console and PC, just for the record, for those listening.
Yeah, and I like it, like kind of a lot. I don't know. I was having fun when I was doing solos, because I felt like I know I wasn't really good at the aiming in that game on console, but I felt like everyone else wasn't good at aiming as well.
Yeah.
So like once I knew how to control my aiming, I felt I was like the best in the game. But then one game I was getting like 5 kills, and I was getting a little too cocky, and I was like, I'm just gonna rush people here and there, and I rushed some kid. He was shooting me down pretty good, and then some other kid came by and killed me, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just kept my distance like I was doing before.
Yeah, I feel like every encounter that I have in this game, I take so long to kill someone, and I have to like chase them for minutes on end, and then like someone comes and kills me in like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and they hit every shot. I'm like, this is tough.
That's when it's super frustrating, because I've had experiences like that too, Maddock, where I'll be in a long drawn out fight with this guy, we're jumping around, moving around, and then you go up to another guy and you just get melted, and it's just like, what am I doing wrong? And I found that compared to the beta, when we were playing the beta a couple weeks ago, and things are in the beta were mostly long range, mid to long range, they've really upped the emphasis on short range in this game since the beta. I feel like the shotgun's gotten an absolute buff, and that SMG can destroy you at short range.
Yeah, I saw some statistic about the SMG being like the most used of the second part of the beta.
Yeah, that's when I'm getting dominated, is when people come and get in short range combat with me, because I'm not used to running the shotgun or the SMG. I've always just run a Skybreaker and either like a Ripper or a Ripper's the assault rifle, or that Hex Fire, the LMG.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's frustrating when you're running around and you're doing these really fun mid to long range fights, and then somebody just runs up to you and blasts you in the face, and you're just like, well, that's just not my play style, but maybe it should be.
I think the most fun I have with this game is when I'm using the hacks and like running away and just trying to like chase someone down, because there's just so many different types of movement in this game. With when you add in the hacks with like the slam, the teleport, the wall. The wall's great. I love the wall because it just like mixes it up in a way that you just don't expect a lot of the time. And trying to like sneak away and just hide and wait for your health to go up is an interesting task.
Yeah, I like the wall.
Yeah. And I mean, some of the no, you're good. So many of the other hacks as well, like the invisibility or the invulnerability, are just about like giving you time to get away. So they really want this game to be about chasing other people down, it seems like.
Yeah, my thing with the wall is like, in every game ever with that sort of ability, I always struggle to get the wall where I want it to go. And in this game, I feel like the wall it's like reading my mind. Like every time I cast the wall, it's like, that's exactly where I wanted to put that. And like, if I'm playing Overwatch and I'm like May, you know what I mean? Or other games with that sort of ability where you're popping up a wall in front of somebody, I'm so bad at those. But for some reason in Hyper Scape, the wall just always goes right where I want it to go. And I don't know why that is, or if it's like some sort of smart coding or programming behind the scenes there. But yeah, shout out to the wall. I really like the wall.
Yeah, so they've added since the first beta, they've added 2 new hacks and 2 new guns. The 2 hacks are the one that pushes everyone away. I can't remember what it's called. And Shockwave, and the magnet is the new one for the full release of the game. I tried it out a few times. Kevin was with me and like pretty close to me when I did it to someone else, and it seemed like it slowed him down a little bit, but didn't really stop him or like hold him in place that much.
Which one is this one? Magnet?
The magnet, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't feel that doing much. People, I don't know. Like I feel, I also used it recently too, and when I put it down, it felt like maybe they got stuck to it for like a second or two, but they were able to get out easily.
I like this. Yeah, I've never used the magnet. I don't think I've ever used that one. I just always leave it there. I never pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would pick it up again unless it was like, I'm respawning or whatever and just want to grab it. The 2 new guns are the Harpy, which is the SMG, and it's a burst assault rifle. I can't remember what it's called.
Dragonfly.
Yeah. I used the Dragonfly. If I can't hit shots with a automatic weapon, I'm not gonna be able to hit shots with this burst weapon. So
that's where I'm at.
Doesn't go well.
Yeah, I cannot use. I like the Harpy, the Dragonfly. I just leave it there. Like I know I'm not gonna be any good with that gun.
When we were playing yesterday with Kevin, I was trying to mix up my weapon selection a little bit more. I definitely used the Hex a little bit, but I tried to use the Ripper and the Harpy a little bit more, and then switch up what my other gun was. The pistol hit the Riot one. Pistol hits pretty hard. It's like definitely like hand cannon like. If you hit the shots, it does like a decent amount of damage. It feels pretty good. And then the other thing I started using a little bit more was the Komodo. It's like energy projectiles. And I was using the breaker. What is it? The Skybreaker. Yeah, I was using the Skybreaker, but I felt like it was taking too long for like reloads and stuff. So the Komodo definitely reloads faster, and also you can shoot like 5, and I was doing pretty well with that.
Yeah, the thing with me is the Skybreaker is a 1 bullet clip. You know what I mean? And like I've been watching some people play this game and being really successful with that gun, and as sort of just an opening salvo, like an opening movement to a fight is just getting that Sunbreaker, Skybreaker, whatever it is, getting that bullet off. And immediately switch into a hex or some sort of automatic weapon, you know. But yeah, you do always have to have one in the chamber with that Skybreaker, because if it takes a while to reload. That's not a gun that like you can just be successful in a fight with by itself. It's a gun that's built to be paired with other guns.
Do you still like the Skybreaker, Washburn?
I do, yeah.
Because
I really like it.
I've been using it, and it doesn't feel like the beta version. I don't know why. I feel like I got nerfed because I shoot it at people and they don't take as much damage as they used to.
I was told
that would make sense though.
I was told by some people. I was streaming this game the other day, and I was told by some people in my chat that like the Skybreaker's AoE damage is more than if you direct hit somebody with it.
Oh, interesting.
So like if they get caught in that sort of blast field, that's going to do more damage than if you just hit them with the big orb.
Huh.
Which I found kind of interesting. I was like, oh, that's
weird.
I kind of like that little quirk. It's because it's just like I'm never really aiming for somebody with that thing anyway, because you have to lead.
You're aiming for like a wall.
Yeah, it's like a rocket launcher almost from Halo. You know what I mean? It's like you're not trying to hit somebody with the rocket. You're just trying to make sure you shoot somewhere where it's going to damage them.
I guess the blast radius got reduced because I wish I could shoot it at people close by to me, and like they weren't getting hit or something. Like they would get hit, but they wouldn't get damaged too much. So that's why I was like, did they nerf this Skybreaker, or what's going on?
They might have.
I think they nerfed it. Yeah, I mean, like in the beta, that's all people were using, like
Skybreaker and Hex.
Yeah, people were just running a Skybreaker Hex combo, and it was breaking the game. So I think they really toned down those two weapons.
Hex still feels good though when I was using it. I like Hex. I just don't know what the secondary weapon should be when I play that game.
I started running a shotgun.
Really?
I got so tired of people running up to me and blasting me in the face and killing me in one hit, and I was just like, I don't have a choice now. Like I have to get some sort of close range weapon in, because that's where I'm losing all of my fights, is like close range. People are just dominating me at close range.
I've been picking up either the Harpy or the Komodo, whatever the rocket launcher is. Yeah, the Komodo.
Yeah,
there's also that
like energy launcher thing.
There's a grenade launcher.
I don't like
too.
that one though.
Salvo, I believe, is that one. I tried that one for a while yesterday. It like bounces a lot and takes a while to explode, and you can't really get the feel of like hitting someone.
Yeah, I feel like that one's gonna be really good for like indoor fights, like small confined spaces. You can get those grenades off and sort of cover a whole room in black.
Speaking of indoor fights, how do we feel about this map in general and its layout?
I'm a big fan of it. I love that when you drop in the map, if you look at the map, the buildings that you can go inside of are orange. They're like they're popped out on the map. You know what I mean? Any building you can't go inside is just going to be like a gray building. The ones you can go in are orange on the map. And then if you actually look down when you're dropping in, every building you can go inside has like a color to it versus like a gray. You know what I mean? So when you're dropping in, you'll see a bunch of buildings against gray, and like there's a blue building here, there's an orange building over there. Like those are buildings that you can go inside and get your loot. So I think like they've done a really good job with making it easy to go fast and making all phases of the game feel like they're faster than they actually are, because you know where you're supposed to go.
I feel to a certain degree that I agree with you. Like it is nice that with like the layout and everything, and like knowing where the loot's going to be is like inside the orange breakable windows. The thing that gets me is like in Warzone, you could put me anywhere on the map and I can navigate to anywhere else on the map. And that's just not the case here. There's not enough landmarks. Nothing really stands out that much, because you can pick like a random building.
Yeah, we haven't played it we don't have 14 days of game time.
That's true, but there's so many buildings that are just so similar looking to me. And like I could be in any one of the 4 quadrants of the map, and I like be like, oh, I guess that building's over here.
Yeah,
for like the ones that do stand out.
I totally get that. Yeah, because there are like the bigger landmark areas on the map.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the names of pretty much any of them.
Yeah.
Because
I don't feel like I need to land at any of them specifically, so
No,
I
I
don't know
never
the names
do.
of them.
Yeah, I never land at them. Maybe I should start. Like maybe I should start landing at those places because I'm sure there's probably better loot there.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I'm always just like I'm so bad at the game that like I'm
Mhm.
trying to get through that first phase. Like I'm
Yeah,
trying to at
definitely.
least land somewhere where I can get a weapon and some abilities so that if I do need to go over there, at least I have a fighting chance.
I do like the dropping in mechanic that you were speaking of, that everyone starts in different corners of the map. So it's kind of spreads out everyone evenly. I think that's a really cool idea. I do think it takes a little bit long to like get down to the ground sometimes,
Yep.
but other than that, I mean, they could fix that if they wanted to.
Yeah,
if they felt like it needed.
My thing there is like when you aim down, it doesn't feel like you're going any faster if you're going straight
That's
down
true.
than you would be if you were shooting across the map. Because these little pods have like they're rocket propelled, so you can just
Yeah,
go across the whole map without really falling. But I feel like when you're aiming straight down, it's like you're not getting that speed boost like you do in an Apex or a Call of Duty.
for sure. Kevin, do you have any thoughts on the map situation and the dropping in?
I really actually I don't think I like the map either. It's just too bland. Like you said, everything's too familiar. There's no like unique thing to these areas. Sometimes I guess the big middle area, what's it called, the Red Dragon, is something like. I guess there's other landmarks too, like the little Expo Hall and a little like train station place, observatory place. I don't know what it's called, that dome thing.
Yeah.
Some places here and there, but after that, everything else looks the same. There isn't really like too many special places like you would think of a Warzone or Apex or something like that, where every place is really unique and it's always different.
I think a part of that is because the map is so packed. Like,
yeah,
there you got a big landmark over here and you got a big landmark over there, and between those two landmarks are like 5 just neighborhoods
buildings,
just 5 neighborhoods,
like 4-story buildings. Yeah,
and versus a Call of Duty where like between like a storage town and an airport, you know what I mean, there's not that much going on. Like the landmarks in the Warzone really stick out because between them you don't have much activity, you know, say like a couple sparse neighborhoods. But in the Hyper Scape map, it's like every inch of this map is covered with something. And I think that's just kind of their way of forcing you to play vertical, forcing you to try to get over those buildings and get to where you need to go.
For sure. How does everyone feel? I think this is one of the more accessible games in terms of like looting and leveling up your loot. So if you find a copy of the weapon that you already have, it upgrades it in mag size or damage range or damage done to other people. And then same for the hacks. It will decrease the cooldown timer or make them a little bit more powerful. I definitely think this is like the most accessible in terms of looting and like figuring out like what you need to do to get the best weapons. But once you do have all those things, I don't feel like overly powerful. I don't know.
Yeah, I love the looting system in this game. I think it's the biggest plus that the game has. I like one ammo type, and I've talked about this before.
One ammo type is
epic. It's like the coolest thing because we were playing PUBG a couple weeks ago and some other games where you just like having all these different ammo types is confusing. That's the last thing I want to learn when I go into a battle royale. And so for this one to launch and them to say, okay, because this game is just fast. Everything about this game is in there for the sole purpose of increasing the speed. And I think one ammo type is, you know, not the least of which is just like the biggest thing they've done to make you move, to keep you moving. You know what I mean? You're never going into a menu in this game ever.
Yeah,
there's no drop menu. There's no, like, if you press start, it's not going to pull up some menu. And like I love that. I love that about this game because it just keeps me moving. It keeps me focused on the game and what I'm actually doing.
Yeah, I guess that was one of my big points when we've talked about Warzone in the past, is the fact that there is like the smallest amount of menu, but you only have to access it if you need to drop things for people, essentially.
Yeah, and the weapon upgrades are really cool too, where it's like if you know what you want, then you just run with those 2 weapons and you hope that you find more of them so you can just upgrade them. I think that's really cool.
In addition, Kevin and I noticed, I don't know if this was in the beta. It might have been. I may not have been paying enough attention, or maybe I played too much solos. It tells you what weapons and hacks your teammates have.
Yeah, that was in the beta.
You can ping all of those things and let them know, like, oh, you're running this gun. Here's another one of those for you to upgrade your gun.
I like that. I like that. We should have that for every game. That way we know what to call out if we need it.
Yeah, I feel like they've gotten better about that. Maybe in Apex, they might have added a little bit more information.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
About what people are carrying.
Yeah,
but
I like it. It's cool. Nice
for sure.
I don't really see it too often though, too, because I'm just not used to it when we're playing it. I'm not calling out the guns that you guys have, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Once I figure out like how this game plays out, I guess it'd be better to call guns here and there.
For sure. The other thing that Kevin and I came to the realization, which is quite a big difference between the console and PC versions, is that when you're going to loot, you break all these orange windows. And breaking all the windows, you use your melee button. Except, as far as we could tell, on console, there wasn't a dedicated melee button, and you had to flip to your melee weapon. Whereas when I'm playing on PC, I hit one of my mouse buttons, and it just smacks it and puts it away and brings the gun back out.
Right.
So that's kind of like a weird imbalance, I would say, for future cross-play situations.
Yeah, I think more than any battle royale game I've ever played, you have to have back pedals. Like if you're going to play this game on a controller, you have to have back pedals. Because
yeah, I was using those a lot.
Like you're jumping so much in this game. Like you're always jumping, and the default control scheme has jump, links to the A button, so you're not aiming. If you're jumping, you're not aiming. So I think the same thing. You can probably apply that quick melee to one of those back paddles too, if I had to guess, without having to switch your weapon.
It depends on how the game is made, because most of the time the back paddles on like the Xbox controller are just mapped to different buttons on the controller. So if there's not a dedicated button, even if it's like left D-pad or whatever, for melee, then you're not going to be able to map it to a
then
paddle.
They need to work that in. Like, because that is a huge thing on PC, is being able to just press one button and melee a window.
Yeah, I mean, I kept on hitting. I kept on hitting like right thumbstick in, and it doesn't do anything as far as I can tell.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find a way to work that in.
Yeah,
because that's just, it's such a cool thing on PC to just be able to press one button versus having to hold Y and then smash and then press Y again to get your gun back out. And
yeah, I just kept on shooting out all the windows because I was like, I'm not gonna
tired of it.
Tired of flipping to my melee weapon and putting it back away like 3 seconds later.
It's weird. Yeah. Then again, the game's already using too many buttons on the controller. I guess you can get rid of the emotes. You can have that.
I don't need the emotes.
Yeah. It's because the bumper's already being used too. The bumpers are the hacks. Figures, aim down and shoot. Got A to jump. X to reload. Y to switch weapon. B.
There's no double bumpers. You can double bump the melee.
That'd be cool.
I guess, yeah. And then what's the? Oh no, it's run. Yeah. Uses a lot of the
stick is ping.
Yeah, I switched that too.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh yeah, that's why I kept on pinging things like constantly, because I would be like, I need to hit this door open. Didn't work.
Yeah, I switched that to crouch though. That's my crouch. I prefer that, and ping's B for me. But yeah, get rid of the emotes, or just leave it to like hold up on the D-pad to choose an emote or whatever.
Yeah, give you an emote wheel. That's a smart idea. Yeah,
and then give us, I guess, a melee button there, or we can just let us customize the layout.
yeah. Just bring the PC options over, because like on a PC you can map that quick melee to a controller button.
Yeah.
Like I just on PC when I was playing with the controller, I just took the emotes off. I don't need them. You know what I mean? And so I just mapped melee over to like a D-pad button, so that I didn't have to do that thing where I'm holding Y and then it's just the whole process to break through a window on a controller. Yeah,
it's tough.
The next big topic that separates this game from a lot of other games is the respawn mechanic. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that, Kevin?
Me.
Yes, I'm choosing you today.
Me.
To talk about how the respawns work.
Yeah, when you die, and then you're like, oh, what do I do? I'm just flying around as a ghost. And then you're like, hey, what's that little thing on the floor? Oh, I'll use that. And guess what? That's where someone died before and used their platform. That's pretty much what it is, right? You just respawn on where another team died.
Yeah, but you're also like a ghost.
Yeah.
And you have to run to the spot.
Yeah. You have to, because the ghost can only see where you can respawn. Yeah. And then the weird thing too with the ghost, you can't go through doors or those orange doors. You have to wait for a friend to break down and break it, which is weird. Also, you might as well let them float. Why do you go with like people are alive like physics where they have to like get to the jump pad and jump up to a tower or something like that?
That's true. That's a good point.
I mean, might as well, because I mean, other than that, they aren't doing much.
No, and it doesn't seem to let you ping when you're dead, as far as I can tell.
I think it might have been X ping, since every other button didn't let us do anything else. I don't know. I need to check on that again. It seemed like that when I was looking at the control layout and what buttons I was able to use when I was dead. But I think it's interesting. It's cool because you really don't need to like buy back someone or find a respawn beacon on the map to respawn your friends and this and that. But this is pretty cool. I like it. I don't know what you guys think about it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I think it's cool.
I think it's sort of a high risk play, and unless you've gotten a whole squad wipe, but like say they take out one of your guys, you take out one of theirs, then all of a sudden there's an option for
running away.
Both teams can either run away or both teams can either sort of fight around those respawn points, because you can, like, you want to get that third guy back, then chances are there's going to be somebody over there because their teammate just died there. And I think that's a really, really cool idea. Plus, I think it's cool when you're a ghost that like you can still do call outs for your teammates.
Yeah,
you can still position yourself in a way where you can see the map and do those sort of call outs even if you're dead.
I think part of the confusion when I'm like trying to call out for someone and why I wish there was a ping when you're a ghost is because it's hard to give them directions when they're facing a different direction than you are. And like tall building over there, and I'm running to the one that's however many meters away is like not the best call out because they're a different amount of meters away from the respawn beacons.
Mm-hmm.
And since there's no mini map, you have no frame of reference for like north, south, east, or west, or anything like that. I feel like, unless there's a compass. I don't think there's a compass at the top of the thing. Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
There is? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if when you're dead there is one. I forgot the layout, the HUD for dead people.
Yeah. I guess like without the mini map, it's harder to be like, I'm going to this one over here. Because like even if you were just like, I'm going to the one at 256 Southwest or whatever,
I forgot.
It would still be a little confusing.
I forgot there's no
you can
mini-map.
just ping them. Like, yeah, I think it's pretty easy to ping them as well.
Can you ping them when you're dead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or do you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. I just remember. Yeah, you just said it. There's no mini map in this game, which is it threw me off after a while. Because I think when we were playing Maddock, we couldn't really find each other after a while. we would just like split up sometimes and not stick together.
Yeah,
I think it was because of the not having a mini map, which is tough.
yeah, because of like how vertical it is too. Like you can be in all sorts of directions from me, and I could do like a 360 loop and look around and not see you the first time. And it like I was saying when we were playing, I was like, whenever we're doing anything in Warzone, I know exactly where everyone is because they're on the main map and they're right there. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go this way to go flank this person or to help them out. And it's just like it just adds a little bit of confusion, especially because when you're dead, there's a lot of other things on the screen too, with all the respawn points marked, and then the people, and then you see like enemies every once in a while. There's just like a lot going on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of there's a lot going on could be on the box of this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
This game is just nonstop. Like everything is happening all the time, and I think that's part of the fun of it. It's very rarely do you get a quiet drop and in a time to just sort of loot up and get what you need to get before you get in a fight with somebody.
Yeah, you can definitely say that this game has like consistent action throughout the entire game, which is nice compared to like a lot of battle royales like Fortnite, for example, where you could land alone, not see anyone for a long time, or see a couple people at the beginning and then see a couple people at the end and no one in the middle.
Yeah.
And you're going to see people no matter what in this game, especially because of the way the map closes down. Speaking of the map closing down, Washburn, would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
So this is like the one thing when we played Ring of Elysiums, this was the one thing I really liked that game did, and the Hyper Scape does it as well, where you're not going to get a circle like you would in most battle royales. What's going to happen is specific zones are just going to sort of fall off the map, and in this game they sort of just disintegrate or cease to exist. And if you get caught in that, then the map just goes flat and you just have to run to the place where it's not, right? And what happens when the map falls is you don't get like Kevin said, there's no mini map. So all you get is a little icon on your screen that says run. It's like a picture of a guy running, and it gives you a direction to go and gives you a distance. And that's just where you have to go. And I think it's really, really cool, and it's really unique. And the aesthetic of the map sort of falling away fits the vibe of the game.
So cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And if there's one thing about it I don't like, it's that I feel like getting caught in those dead zones should damage you a little bit more. Because you can stay in them for, at least in the early game, for a good minute and get out just fine.
I know during the beta there was a strategy where people would use the wall hack and healing hack and just be like super far away from everything else in the end game and just wall up and just heal constantly. I think they may have fixed it so that it probably does enough damage that you can't do that anymore as a way to just like hang out during the end game until everyone's dead. But I thought that was a pretty ingenious way to take advantage of that situation.
In the beta, did you get damage when you're in the area, or was it because you were touching the floor in that disintegrated area?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if it was if you're like standing on a wall, would it be hurt you? Is that what your question is? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's why I assumed they were doing that method when we played in the beta. Because now I don't know. I'm usually not in those disintegrated areas, so I don't really see and feel how it feels like to be taking health from those areas. So I don't know. Like recently, I just saw like I was up in the air and I was still taking damage from it. So
I feel like I died once because I was outside. I mean, I was fighting people at the same time, but I think the last tick of my health went away because I was outside the zone. So it must be doing a little bit more than it used to. Which is good.
Yeah, it has to be that way. Because like you said, otherwise in the end of the game when you're getting the crown, you can just cheat your way out of it.
Also smart to do that method where you disintegrate the area, because that means they don't have to render that area anymore. So you won't
Yeah.
get like choppy or framey fights once everyone gets together, because it's just one small area by then.
Yeah, this game runs great on PC. I was getting like 144 frames, which is what I would limit it to since I have a 144 hertz monitor.
Whoa,
Like the entire time. But like when you compare that to playing Call of Duty, where I'm getting like 90 to 120 or 70 to 120, depending on what day it is and which update it is.
I don't know,
Changes every single update.
I never noticed it. Mine's always at 60 frames no matter what.
Yeah, and like
Xbox.
to speak to that,
Yeah.
this game runs much better on computer, I think,
Mhm.
than it does on console. Like noticeably better. And I don't have like a top of the line. I have an okay gaming PC, and it's still it's noticeably better on the PC than it is on the console. The problem with the console performance that I've run into is stuff that's far away just sort of stutters. Like if you got like a guy in a ball really, really far away, it's just like first he's here and then he's sort of up there and then he's up. You know what I mean? It's not like a constant movement like it is on PC. And just on PC, like you said, Matt, just the frames. I mean, that's common for most games, but like on PC, I usually cap my games at 60, even though I could probably go a lot more than that. But having that consistent 60 is enough for me. And on console, I feel like you're gonna run into occasional hiccups. That's just how it is.
For sure. The last thing that I have that's like kind of is interesting about this game, I guess, and then you guys can add anything else you want to, is when you load in, you're in like a
hub.
Digital space hub. Yes, you're in the hub, and you can like go and look at your cosmetics that you've unlocked, and you can go and look at your record, and then you can go join a game. And I thought that was like a cool little addition, since it's not really it's like the menu system for the game essentially.
What I really like about it is you don't actually have to run over there. Like if you just like if you're standing at the back of the Hyper Scape hub and you just look at the battle pass and you put your cursor on it, you can just press a button and it'll go straight to it. Like you don't actually have to run into it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different than most games where there's tons of menus to figure things out before you even get in. This one is just kind of straightforward. Does anyone have any opinions about like the skins and stuff? It seems like there might be a few cool ones in the battle pass.
I thought they were weak.
Yeah.
I looked at the battle pass yesterday just to see what was on it, and it's like, why would I buy this? Like this is all the rewards are very weak. And what's weird to me is like you look at the cover art for the game and you've got this guy in this really cool helmet.
I think that's the 100 tier reward maybe for the first.
I didn't see any of those cool skins like that you see in the promotional material for this game or like on the art for it, because I remember coming out of that battle pass and looking at it and being like, man, that's kind of lame. I thought I was going to get all these cool skins that I would see, you know, in this promotional art and all those trailers and stuff. But no, I just didn't really see it there. I saw like the silver lady, the sort of mirror looking girl on the battle pass. But like I didn't see helmet guy, and I didn't see that other girl that had all the
helmet
colors.
Guy's 100. Yeah, helmet guy's 100.
Is he?
Yeah, I think they could have. The thing that even the default skins are like hyper boring. It would be nice if they. I mean, you have like the potential to do whatever. It's not like this game's like the idea is like it's in the future. It's not based in reality. Like you can make the skins, the base skins, very cool, and then like additional skins on top of that, very cool. And it just kind of misses the mark for me.
Yeah, I think this game and probably every game in the future needs to take a page out of Fall Guys' sort of.
Oh my god, Fall Guys is incredible
in the way that the store works over there, because it's perfect. And Fortnite's kind of the same way too. Like Fortnite, you're not earning as much of the in-game currency as you are in Fall Guys, where it feels like you're just getting it all the time.
But there is stuff that you want to buy all the time, like Captain America.
Like that. I think this game needs to sort of combine the best of those two worlds and come up with some better skin options for sure in the shop, because like you said, aesthetically it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, even the gun skins, looking at them, they're kind of whatever. As I click through this battle pass, nothing really stands out. I like when you pick up guns off of dead characters, you're like, oh, this is cool. And like Valorant's gun skins are like next level, insane. But you're like, oh, you get pick someone else's up, and you're like, oh, this is sick. And then in this game, I think I would pick it up and I'd be like, this is a different color.
It's just a color swap.
Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer. I mean, there are cool color swaps. Like in Call of Duty, there's a lot of them, to be honest. Or like just simple patterned ones that are very cool. Like one of my favorite ones is like the white Call of Duty skins that they have for the Grau and the AX50. Like I think those just look super cool. But these ones just don't stand out to me personally.
I think they've simplified so much of this game from a gameplay standpoint and from a mechanic standpoint, and obviously I think that sort of carried over to the character and weapon design. When on the character and weapon design, I think they could have gone a little bit more outlandish with it, and it could have made those characters really pop. But for some reason, they just for now at least, they're choosing to play it pretty safe, and we'll see if in the future they add some cooler stuff to that shop, because the battle pass rewards, in my opinion, are just really weak.
I mean, I guess if you think back to it, you probably didn't play as much of this as we did, but the first couple Apex battle passes are actually like kind of boring, but they've improved drastically since then. And like the skins for the characters, especially the ones that you can buy, are like insanely cool, like the Frankenstein Gibraltar and stuff like that. Right. So I mean, first battle pass, like free game, like, okay, maybe it doesn't stand out, but maybe if we check back in 6 months, it will be a great improvement on that. I'm sure they'll get a lot of feedback.
I mean, even the
assuming there's still a population at the end.
Even the first handful of Modern Warfare battle passes were just
that's true.
Even now, I never really care about anything I got off the Modern Warfare battle. Like this season, you get the Crow. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. But like, what else?
Yeah,
you know,
the assassinations tend to be the coolest, and then like there's usually one watch that I'm like, oh, that's a cool watch. Right. Not that I really care what watch I'm wearing, but.
But all the really cool stuff is reserved for the shop.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what they need to do over here in Hyper Scape as well, is they need to get a shop up with some really, really cool stuff in it, because you can get pretty outlandish with this game.
Yeah. Apex does a good job with like the 100 tier gun being like next level cool. So like you have something to show off that you did it. And I feel like that definitely could be translated well over here with like the same sort of thing.
Yep.
So, does anyone have any other thoughts or topics of discussion that they want to talk about for Hyper Scape?
You guys were talking about the shop and cosmetics. I've not seen a battle pass. I didn't think there was one. I forgot about it. But when I saw the shop cosmetics, they look pretty cool.
The one thing I saw in there, Kev, was like that I thought was really cool was a drop pod, like a different drop pod.
Yeah, I've seen some of those, yeah. But some of them that come in packs. There's one, I forget what's it called. It's called like something Ace. And I like his costume. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's still up in the shop right now. But yeah, that one looks the coolest. And I just want to get, the only thing I want to get from this game is a different like melee weapon. I want a sword.
Yeah, a sword would be cool.
Because there was a sword in the beta. I should have gotten it. I knew I should have gotten it, but I never did.
Yeah, Call of Duty has been crushing it with the melee weapons recently. They have like a Thor axe and like a double swords and the samurai swords and the Kali sticks.
Right.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, we've pretty much touched on everything with Hyper Scape. If I was going to give like my closing thoughts on it, I think it's for an original IP to come out in the Battle Royale space and to be as good as this is going to be exceedingly rare. And I think they've done a killer job. Like this is in my opinion, this is a great Battle Royale. Like this is on the level of, and I know you guys love Apex more than me, but for me, this is on the level of Apex. Like it is
in terms of movement. I would agree.
I just have that much fun playing this game. Like every time I play this game, even though I get dominated, it's like, oh, this is fun. I feel fast. I feel fluid. Even though I'm not winning all the gunfights, I'm still having a good time. And I think they've done a really, really good job with this.
Kevin, any final thoughts there?
No, Apex is way better than this game. I tell you that.
I agree. But...
way better, dude. 100 times better, dude. This is bottom tier. I'm just gonna say it.
You really think it's bottom tier?
Okay, maybe it's up ahead. Super Animal Royale.
We're about to rank it. You're the worst. You're the worst. We're about to rank it. I would say the amount of fun that I have in this game is weirdly few and far between when it comes to the gunplay. When I'm moving around, I feel like it's great, and it makes me think if there was to be a Titanfall BR that's not Apex Legends, where there was wall running, this game is a wall run away from being the same sort of movement that Apex and Titanfall have with the sliding and all that, which is a pretty incredible feat for like a out of nowhere kind of a game.
Mm-hmm. I can believe it.
Wall running. It would be great. Wall run would be great for this.
This and Apex, they need it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if they made like just like a cityscape kind of like Hyperscape in Apex, they could add wall running easy.
Yeah.
It's just like the first map, King's Canyon, does not lend itself to wall running at all.
No.
All right, so now to rank those battle royales, we have in 8th place Cuisine Royale, in 7th place Ring of Elysium, in 6th place Super Animal Royale, in 5th place PUBG, in 4th place Realm Royale, in 3rd place Fall Guys, in 2nd place Fortnite, and in 1st place Apex Legends. What are we feeling? Where are we feeling?
I know Mike is going to kill me for this, but I personally, and I know y'all might not agree, I think this is better than Fall Guys. Like, I think this goes number 3. But just in terms of a battle royale, like in the battle royale genre, this game is, I think it exceeds at everything it tries to do from a gameplay standpoint. And like the aesthetics aren't, really there. And I have issues with the shop. Console performance isn't the best, but like, man, I just have so much fun playing this game. And I think for me, it's right below Fortnite and right above Fall Guys. Because for me personally, like Fall Guys is hard. Like, why is Fall Guys even on this list for me? Like that's kind of
Royale.
That's just kind of where I am.
Standing.
Like, everything in this game is a tried and true battle royale.
I mean, not all battle royales need to have you drop 100 into the map and have guns and start shooting each other.
Yeah, I guess it's just
have cars.
Remember, like of all the games on this list, Fall Guys is so radically different than any of the other ones.
You did recommend that Bomberman battle royale.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Fall Guys is on here now, so we can just do everything.
I mean, if there is anything that we have learned from IGN and Kind of Funny, it is that everything needs to be on a list, and it all needs to be together for seemingly no reason. So here we are.
Yeah, for me, it's above Fall Guys. I wouldn't be mad if it was right below Fall Guys and right above Realm. Like, that's where I stand. I don't know.
Kevin?
What about you guys?
Where do you stand, Kevin?
This would either go... I think this would go above PUBG.
That's where I was going to put it. Yeah. I have more fun playing Realm than I do playing Hyperscape.
Oh, man. I just don't agree at all.
I like Realm.
Realm, every time I've ever played Realm, I've had performance issues, stuttering, lag. This game doesn't have any of that.
I mean, I have stutter issues at the beginning of Realm, but that's about it. After that, it's just fine.
Oh man, that's crazy to me.
Also, if we were doing this based on server issues, Fall Guys would fall down a lot.
Yeah, but Fall Guys is new. Realm is old.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
For me to put this below Realm is a travesty, bro. Like that would be a travesty.
I love Realm. Realm is so fun.
Realm is fun, but like
Realm.
If I'm looking at this from an objective standpoint, like this is just a better game in every way. Like to put Hyper Scape below Realm, like I just can't even agree. That's a travesty. But I'm outvoted, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I mean, we don't know what these other two guys think about it.
Yeah, we can adjust it accordingly. But for now,
one day the Washburn Battle Royale list will exist, and I'll right these wrongs.
Hyper is currently in 5th. Realm Royale's in 4th. PUBG is in 6th. Fall Guys is in 3rd. Super Animal Royale's in 7th. Fortnite is in 2nd. Rings of Elysium is in 8th.
Why are you going in this?
Yeah, I'm so confused. I'm like, what's going on?
I don't know. I just read it
Go
like
from top to
all
bottom.
three.
Go from top to bottom.
with starting at the worst or the best.
The best. The worst.
worst.
Yeah, go from bottom to top.
All right.
Bottom to top.
In 9th place, Cuisine Royale. In 8th place, Ring of Elysium. In 7th place, Super Animal Royale. In 6th place, PUBG. In 5th place, Hyper Scape. In 4th place, Realm Royale. In 3rd place, Fall Guys. In 2nd place, Fortnite. And in 1st place, Apex Legends. Is that season coming out on Tuesday, Kevin?
Yes.
All right. We're definitely going to play some Apex Legends next week.
Ugh.
Just for funsies.
This
you don't
below
have to
realm.
join us.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't at Apex. It's
Oh.
just this below realm.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
watch for
Oh,
if these
man.
other two guys can convince me that it's
I don't
better
even
than
think
Realm.
Bone Jangles has played this game, and I don't think Mike really likes this game. So
Mm.
it does, my.
I think Mike likes this like he likes Valorant, which is not at all, unless he's just playing with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I'm
what
so
I
excited,
mean. What
Kevin.
someday we'll do our personal lists, and my
Yeah, we
list
will.
will be the best list and the correct list,
Mm,
and,
mm.
and
Interesting.
this list will be just invalid.
All right.
I don't know about that.
Well, until that day, next week we are gonna definitely play a little bit of Apex Season 6 because gotta check it out. And then our big topic of the week next week is going to be Battlefield 5 Firestorm, which I have not played Battlefield 5 at all. I played Battlefield 4 a decent amount, I would say. Or no, was the one before it 4 the one that was World
War One.
Battlefield 1 came after Battlefield 4.
okay.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 was the last one I played then. Got it. Nailed it. So we're going to check that out. I'm excited to see what it's about and how it goes. Battle Royale with a World War II weapons that isn't Cuisine Royale should be an interesting experiment.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've also not played Battlefield 5.
Let me tell you guys, I played this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's something new. It's something I've never done. So let's go.
See how
It's
Hey,
on
at
EA
least it's
Access.
AAA. I like that it's AAA. AAA
Yeah.
Battle Royales are a lot better, a lot less. You say interesting, but the ones that are really interesting, Kevin, are the cuisines and the Rings of Elysium.
I think we should
We'll
also
see.
mention
Oh,
this is on EA Access.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're gonna pop
anybody
it
out
to the
there
vault.
who
Access.
Yeah, anybody out there who wants to play it,
Stream snipe us.
Stream snipe us, whatever. If you got EA Access, it's in there. So I'm excited for this. I've always liked the Battlefield game, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, same. All right, and I would say until next week, Bone Jangles, and then he would say comms out, but he's not here, so until next week.
Oh,
Kevin.
hey, how's it going? It's me, Bone Dragon. I stopped by just for this. How's it going? Are we ending the thing? Let's end
It's
it.
over. It's over,
Yep,
Bunny.
it's over.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
All right, until next week.
Comes out.
Nailed it.